return here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Finding some room at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
On second down, this is Harris. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And the play clock running down, so Mike Tomlin burns a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Here's Johnson with a reception. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 26 yards. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Boswell. It's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First down and a little extra for Mostert. And down to the 15. 60 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Not sure exactly what he saw that made him decide to hand it off, but a great decision and a fantastic run.
From our vantage point, what he saw was a defense that got out of its lanes, got out of its gaps, and they were pretty much running to the quarterback, viewing him as the bigger threat. And look at that wide open space and he rumbled for big-time yardage.
Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. After 7-0 on EA Sports. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him point.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's a run with Mostert. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, 1 up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. On the give, this is Harris, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Roethlisberger to throw, eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. That's reeled in by Claypool. What a catch. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Keep coming, baby. Keep coming. Keep on coming. Here we go. Here we go.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. Tavon Wilson up to make the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 35 on second down, Roethlisberger. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the 49ers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Buying time to his left. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 63 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. It's a run with Mostert. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Trying to lay one up deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tavon Wilson.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get some more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. A handoff running left is Mostert.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here's Mostert.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners are able to add on to their first half lead. And he is into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football.
Into the second. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is going to be 49er football. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
On first down, Lance.
Flush to his right. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On second down now, it's Harris. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. And no matter what the
the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he's got some space here. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big play there for the Niners. Lance now on first down. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers continue to roll. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Finn to throw again. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron, 52 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead's down to 24. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 29-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Lance now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run right side with Mostert. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 245 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's caught at the 2. Touchdown! George Kittle, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Nick Bosa able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
77.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Roethlisberger on the draw. It's Harris. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. Being chased out left.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two.
It's a run with Mostert.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on two more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him three more. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On second down, Mostert.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the 49ers electing to leave the offense out there and go for two.
It's a run with Mostert.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final? And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Pass rusher extraordinaire. D. Ford that time getting the sack.
After the sack on 1st down, Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. 20, 10, and he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.